Today's session is all about spinal mobility. So we're going to do some stuff to loosen up the upper back, loosen up the lower back, get the hamstrings feeling a little bit longer, and just get the hips moving nicer with the spine. But to start off with, nice and simple, just going to go into a Jefferson curl. So standing nice and tall, tuck the chin to the chest, and then roll down the spine. Trying to get as much flexion out of your spine as you can. Get everything nice and heavy. Reach down towards the floor. At the bottom here, just relax the back of the neck as much as you can. Let the head hang from the spine. And then bring yourself back up. So one image I really like to employ when I'm doing the Jefferson curl work is to imagine my spine is a slinky and my head is a bowling ball. So as I curl down, the weight of my head just pulls my spine forward. And I just drop all the tension out of my back. And when you get to the bottom, just let everything get nice and heavy before pulling back up. So that same thing one more time. Head nice and heavy. Rib cage follows the head. Really tuck the chin into the chest to get a bit more of a nervy feeling out of this. And when you run out of space in the spine, just lower yourself down from the legs and then pull yourself back up. Alrighty. From here, I'm going to bring both elbows to your shoulders, and I'm just going to drive the elbows backwards. Trying to imagine the kind of action you would do if you were paddling a kayak backwards. So one elbow to the roof, one elbow to the floor, and then create these circles moving backwards. Allowing the hips to move a little bit, but it's more the elbow driving the shoulder blade back that makes the rib cage turn. We're just going to do this for the next 60 seconds or so. Trying to make the circles as big as you can. And you should feel like kind of getting a bit of a massage feeling on the back of the rib cage because the shoulder blades are moving over the rib cage. We're going to change direction now, so exactly the same action, but just circling forwards instead of back. Feels very different when you start changing direction on this one. I find the coordinating the reverse circle feels a little bit nicer than this one. Righty, and relax that one down. So from here, taking the feet as wide as you feel you can into a straddle and just creasing forward from the hips. Keep the back relatively straight, bow forward as far as you feel you can. When you get to the bottom, pull the head away from the hips and hold for a couple of seconds before you bring yourself back up. And as always, when you're pulling yourself out of these, feeling like you're using the legs to drive yourself up rather than the back. Lower yourself down again. You can do whatever you want with your arms, but a big thing for me is I'm trying to pull the back of my head away from my hips as I do these reps. You can also change the width of your feet to go wider or narrower if you need to. One more rep. From here, I'm just going to stay in the straddle position. I'm going to tuck the hips back as far as I feel I can. So really posteriorly tuck the pelvis, gently drive the knees forward, gently lean the chest back. So open up through the hip flexors at the front, and then bring yourself back to standing nice and tall. Once again, tuck the hips, bend the knees slightly, lean the chest back, push the hips forward, hold for a second or two, and then bring yourself back to standing. Just gonna do this one more time. Tuck, bend the knees, push the hips forward, lean the chest back, hold for a second or two. Alrighty, and then we'll go through the Jefferson curl again. So same thing as before, head gets nice and heavy, round through the back, curl down. I'm going to move a little bit faster this time, and I'm going to add a bounce through the hamstrings at the bottom. So tiny little bounce before you pull yourself back up. I'm still having that image of the head being a bowling ball, spine being a slinky. Lower yourself down, tiny little bounce, head gets nice and heavy at the bottom, and then curl yourself back up. Just do one more of these. Alrighty, and then when you come back into the elbow rolls, so a little bit faster this time, still feeling that nice massage you're kind of feeling on the back of the rib cage. And then change direction. And then from this, we're going to turn into axial rotations. Then the arms hit the body, and turn the head to look behind you if you can. And that work you just done on the rib cage, you want to start to feel in a bit of a different way as you do the axial rotations. But definitely feeling the arms and the rib cage move. Get the arms nice and heavy and just hit the body. Alrighty, and then fade that out. Once again, taking the feet wide, going into that straddle. Good morning. I'll actually turn side on from this one. Big thing with this is I'm not really sticking my butt out. I don't want to feel like I'm putting a lot of tension in my lower back. So start with a bit of a neutral hip, and then just bow forward from the hip. And I'm pulling the back of the head away from the hip, sinking as low as I feel I can. Hold for a second or two, and then bring yourself back up from the back of the legs, clenching the butt at the top, and then bow forward again. Two more reps. Last rep. Alright, and then bring yourself back together. All right, from here, we're going to go into a spinal pump, which is a little bit of a complicated move, especially if you haven't done it before. But feet are going to be underneath your hips, or slightly wider than the hips, I should say, so squat distance. From here, I'm going to bend my knees, bend my hips, and flex my spine at the same time. So the head drops down, hips bend, knees bend. And I just drop down until I'm in a really rounded position with my body. And then from here, I pull the head forward and straighten the legs. And then stand up nice and tall. And then continue that movement until I get into a bit of an arch. So tuck in the chin to the chest, lean back as far as you feel you can through the arch. And then bring yourself back up to standing. Continue forward through the good morning, so back is nice and straight. And then curl the spine, round the head, pull yourself up through the rounded back position until you return to standing. But when you do so, do it with like a really, really proud over the top chest, and then relax. Okay, so we're gonna do this 5 times. Drop the head, round the back, bend the knees, bend the hips, sorry. Pull the head away from the hips as you straighten the legs, and then bring yourself up into an arch. And then return to the straight back position, bow forward, and then round the back, bend the legs, and bring yourself back up to standing. As you do so, really pull the chest up so you have the over the top arch to the back, and then relax. And again, drop everything down. Pull the head away from the hips. Bring yourself all the way up to standing. Arch the chest, drop back as far as you feel you can. Bring yourself forward, straight back. And then round everything and bring yourself back up to standing. Super proud chest at the top, hold. And then relax. 2 more. Drop the head, drop the back, drop the hips, drop the knees. Pull the head away from the hips. Make the back as long as you possibly can. Bring yourself up nice and tall. Arch your back, bend the knees to allow yourself to get that little bit further back. Bring yourself back up to standing and then move forward through the good morning. And then curl everything as you bring yourself back up. Chest nice and proud at the top. And then let go. And then the last one, drop everything down again. Pull the head away from the hips. Bring yourself up nice and tall into the arch. Bow forward. And then curl everything back underneath. Bring the chest up nice and tall. Hold. And then relax. Cool. All right, from here we can take our feet pretty much back to that straddle width, not quite as far, but this time really soft knees. And all I'm going to do is draw a circle with my head. So my head's going to go out to the left. I'm going to drop down through like the bottom of the Jefferson curl, up to the right, and then continue going that circle. You can do whatever you want with your hands, but I like to have my hands on my hips, but drop to the side, drop the head down towards the floor. Really relax the head to the floor at the bottom. Then bring yourself back up on the other side. And I'm turning my pelvis, turning my chest as I go through this motion. Drop the head down to one side. All the way down as deep as you possibly can. And back up on the other side. Keep rolling through the circle nicely. Feel the work of the legs moving the body, and just let the back relax as much as you can as you go through the circles. And from here we change direction. So really feeling the work the legs do to turn the body. The spine feel nice and relaxed. Feet feel really grounded. One more. Alrighty, and then relax that there. Shake the legs out. Just got one thing to do, which I'll talk you through before you do it. So just have a look through the screen on this one. I'm going to bring my arms up above my head. All right. And then from here, I'm going to slowly lower myself down, keeping my arms up above my head and trying to keep my hands, my rib cage and my hips in line with one another. So when I get to here, I don't have my arms drop down. All right. Trying to reach the hands above the head. I get all the way down to the bottom. And when I get to the bottom, I just relax the head and drop into this position. Okay. So my knees don't have to be locked out. I'm not trying to pull my chest towards my knees when I get down here. I'm just relaxing my head as much as I can. And then when I come back up, I start by letting go of my feet, bring my hands out in front of me, and then creep my fingertips forward so my hands lead me on the way back up. And then when you get to the top, you sort of bring your hands back down to your hips. Now when we do this rep, we're going to do it super slow. So as slow as you possibly can all the way down to the bottom. When we get to the bottom, we're going to hold it for about 5 breaths. Not holding your breath, but holding the position for 5 breaths. And then you bring yourself back up and you're trying to come back up as slowly as you went down. So everyone's going to do this at a slightly different time. If you want to, you can kind of keep time with me. Otherwise, just kind of go at your own pace. But starting really slowly, bring the arms up above the head. Nice and slow, nice and gentle as you do this. Turn the thumbs to face the roof. Pull the arms apart from one another. Arch the chest ever so slightly as you bring the hands above the head. And then bring your forefinger and thumb together. Keep looking up towards the hands and start to slowly rock forward from the hips. And reach the hands as far forward as you can. And if you want to get more out of this, try and shift the weight forward. So your whole foot is working to stop you from falling forward. And keep going nice and slow through this bottom point. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get all the way to the bottom. And then relax everything down. Take your hands, grab the back of your ankles. Let the back of the head get super heavy. And just relax. And close your eyes if you want to. Nice, chilled out breath. 3 more breaths. Two more. And 1 more. Alrighty, let the hands go from the ankles, just slide the hands along the floor. And then lead from the fingertips. Start to have the head follow the hands. And just as slowly as you got down, start to bring yourself back up. And you'll start to feel the work really strongly in the back of the legs. Keep working through that point super slow. Feel the strength in the back of the legs lifting you up until you return to standing. Then bring the hands out to the outside, down towards the hips, and then just hold that position, noticing the work that your body's just done. And that is us for today. All right, hope that one felt good.